321 on scene.
Oh shit! That scared the shit out of me. What are you doing here? Oh, what the hell's that? This ain't no ships coming through while they're doing this shit. City of Toledo getting paid to stand workers, man. That's
310 on scene.
That's the ticket.
310 on scene.
Become a city worker in a big city. Suck on the teat.
I'm going to start you for the Kroger on tap into assist 1163 for a felony stop. 120. Okay, no problem. Negative immediate.
Anybody here? I'll be right back.
did you have anybody else coming? 511 was en route. I'm sorry, can you repeat that? Unit 511 was also en route. Cancel them. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, disregard. Keep on coming. Okay.
Fucking A. Quitting work already? No, I'm heading up to Monroe. I stopped at our corporate office here downtown. And nobody's fucking here. Hey, Lucky Laptop. Just picking up some fucking baseball tickets to give away. Nobody's fucking here. I ain't got time. Fuck around with them.
Unfortunately, sir, for residential Virgo on 1522 Vinyl Street, advise on the kitchen window. 1522 Vinyl Street.
1000 over.
Toledo Mud Hands. So we're heading up to Monroe now. Man, I'm fucking hungry. Didn't realize. It took way too long. Traffic must not be good because my ETA should be a lot closer. This trip usually only takes about 25 minutes. It's saying it's going to be 35. This is new. They never had this parking, this street parking here before. Took away a whole lane of traffic for it. Who's that? La Bonds. Some food trucks there. Oh, is that where they're doing the food trucks now? The Barons. I wonder how long it's going to take before all these little plastic posts they have sticking up there get knocked over. Look at these things. Ugly as hell.
Unfortunately, okay.
I'm gonna be jamming the streams today. I'll do this driving stream and then I'll fire up indoctrination again at the other office. I'm actually gonna play their scanner in Monroe. It's a lot busier than Toledo has been, so that's a tiny town. parallel to where we're at. Oh shit. Oh, he's gonna run it. Blew that light. Fleet Pride. Didn't see the plate, but he smoked that light. I was tempted to do it with him, but I don't want the ticket. Rather be late than much later because I'm sitting on the side of the road. Fucking road pirates get me. Be decent content though. But I can't get super chats on this channel, so, and I don't get them on my others. So. I'm gonna catch all the lights red now. Watch. I guarantee it. I got stopped by that one. I'll get stopped by all of them. That's the way it goes. Ooh, we made it. We made it. I only had to do 10 over the speed limit to make it. Anybody big today? Any big broadcasts? We can watch on the way up to Monroe.
Good morning, John. Okay.
I don't see anybody. I see Benny Johnson from earlier. I see Actual Justice Rule. Chicago released Cop Killer early. MCC, he had one. Listen to that one. Brownstown Revisit. Yeah, I've got 70 likes. He premiered that about an hour ago. When did I just run over a fucking tree?
Brownstown, Michigan.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck's a tree doing in the fucking middle of the road?
You're gonna see if they learned their lesson the last time.
I was mounting my phone. I didn't even see that motherfucker.
With the whole crew. This time it's just Wolverine, Transparency, and I.
Did you see Spanky Pants released a video yesterday of him in Sandusky, Ohio?
It's no longer like that. It's a work clothing store.
I don't think frickin' media is gonna come back. I don't think they're gonna let his channel back. Oh wow, here, look at this. Yow. And I'm speed. Yeah, I know. I felt it. Literally glanced down just to fucking put my phone on the mount after starting MCC, and boom. That was my fault though. That was fucking definite distracted driving. I hate it when I do stupid shit like that. I marked it as an object on the road, so hopefully it'll save somebody else. Where the fuck did that branch come from? There's no fucking trees there. Somebody probably blew out of the back of somebody's truck. MCC. I won't go out with Wolverine. He gets people arrested around him. I liked it. That's all you're gonna get. Surprisingly just appeared.
See about the freaking mailman.
Yeah, appreciate you, sir.
Thank you for being cool with me, cooperating with me.
Because I'm not mad at you.
That's, yeah. But like I said, if that happened, you were already in custody, and like, you would have just been arrested. Like that.
I went over the full footage in my first video, which is like my second highest view video. Then in my last video, I went over the response from the employer and the fact that their attorney is trying to get me to remove that first video. Here's what this update is about. Several of you submitted FOIA requests to the Virginia Beach Police, and you got several different responses. And you're not going to believe this. This is outrageous. Just to briefly recap, the problems all started for James when this guy, a disgraced former Navy SEAL commander, whom I discussed in the last video, told some of his cop buddies with the Virginia Beach Police that James was suspected of stealing this AR-15 lower because he was on video leaving with it, but not coming back with it, and they never were able to locate it.
Saw him leave with the box. Saw him come back without the box.
He didn't send it?
No.
So that guy was apparently friends with this officer Dominic Reyes of the Virginia Beach Police Department. At one point during the body cam footage, we can see Officer Reyes saying he needs to go inside and talk to his boy. We believe that to be the same former Navy SEAL commander.
We'll walk back in there, say hi to my boy real quick, and I'll meet you guys there.
So instead of treating this like any normal allegation, they basically treat this guy James like he's a suspected serial killer or arms trafficker or something.
Best case scenario, someone didn't do it. Worst case scenario, he's involved in trafficking.
And this Officer Reyes makes a big deal of going inside this business and confronting James, and instead of asking him any questions about the allegedly missing item, just makes a big deal of taking him into custody in just a very dramatic way.
What's that? What?
So Officer Reyes arranges this elaborate interrogation where they're going to put James into this cold room and then play good cop, bad cop and get him a bag of chips and a glass of water and get him to confess to being some big arms trafficker because of this allegedly missing loan.
We'll walk back in there, say hi to my boy real quick, and I'll meet you guys there. Just get him in there. If you're sitting for a little bit, that's good. Okay? It's not going to be too long.
So like 45 minutes.
Usually interview, just keep cups and microphone.
No. Ask me close more. Right? Ask me close first.
You come to the front and just let it.
No, so what The detectives will guide you through it. Okay.
But then, while James is being held at the police station, that missing lower is found, and they actually show it to Officer Reyes.
So we got the box. Where's it at?
Yeah, can you give us a break? Can you punch out here for a second? Okay. Shut the door for me. Yeah. So 10 minutes after you guys left, this showed up.
Can we open it and confirm what's in there? I know, but like.
Okay. Social harm, yeah.
That's what you did.
It's in there.
I'm really happy that this happened.
So then, James was brought back to his now former place of employment, and he was released from custody. And Reyes specifically told him that he wasn't arrested, and if he had been arrested, he would have been unarrested with this new information.
See about the freaking bail, man. Thank you for being cool with me, cooperative with me, because I'm a man.
Lawyer, that he was going to make this huge report. He was going to document this whole incident just in case there was some problem where the documentation might be important.
All right, Jonathan. So, this report number right there. Okay, it's going to document the heck out of it.
Okay.
Just so it doesn't fall back on you guys. Okay.
Roger that.
And that brings us to what's happened now. Last
The
week,
guy
several
lost his
FOIA
job still,
responses
though?
came in that you guys had
I only seen the
submitted,
first
those
one.
of you who are Virginia residents.
I didn't know the
Virginia
fucking
Beach
place actually got a
And I really
lawyer
appreciate you sharing
to
those
go
with me.
after a
Here's
civil
what
rights
happened.
attorney,
Some of you
or civil rights
got
lawyer.
no response at all, just flat out denial. At least one of you got a just bare bones response with nothing substantive. And the biggest squeaky wheel of you threatened to sue them got the actual report. But here's the thing. Pretty much the entire thing, the entire 8-page report is completely redacted. Just a total cover-up from the police department. This is actually all it says. Narrative by Officer Dominic Alexander Reyes. On 12/4/23, I responded to blank at 26 blank International Parkway for a report of a larceny of a firearm. Blank blank, who advised me that on 11/13/23 at 16:57 hours, James Humphreys, of course they don't redact his information from this anywhere. He's not the one being protected here. Blank blank, a serialized BCM AR-15 lower. Then paragraph after paragraph of redaction. Then it says, I arrested Humphreys for larceny of a firearm and for possession of a Schedule I substance while carrying a firearm. Then redaction, just a whole paragraph full of them. Then it says, with no charges to proceed on, I unarrested Humphreys. Then more sentences redacted. Lastly, it says, I notified Sergeant R. Caraballo, the supervisor, I presume, of the case and the unarrest. And that's the report. And this is just outrageous. Honestly, I've never seen a police report redacted this heavily. How do they justify
Ooh,
this?
they got a
This
tent
is the
going there.
letter that they submitted.
Damn,
to the
ooh,
individual
herb.
who
Herb Cannabis is
sued
going
them
at
and
it.
submitted the FOIA request. And it says,
There's fucking
enclosed
11
will find a
dispos
public
through here
copy of
now.
the police report. Virginia Code Section 2.2-3706.1D now provides that criminal investigative files relating to a criminal investigation or proceeding that is not ongoing are excluded from the mandatory disclosure provisions of the Virginia FOIA. Furthermore, the requested report or material is part of an administrative or internal investigation. As such, it is exempted from disclosure under Section 2.2-3706B9 of the Code of Virginia, the Freedom of Information Act. The 8-page internal copy of the police report, 4-page call for service, and 32 Axon videos, totaling approximately 6 hours, 22 minutes, and 59 seconds, are being withheld under the aforementioned exemptions. If you have any questions, you can call or email specialist CIV Serrano. So they're basically withholding the report. And apparently the state legislative patriots in the Commonwealth of Virginia did indeed, likely at the behest of the law enforcement lobby, change their FOIA law, I think in 2021, to make police reports non-mandatory under certain circumstances. In looking into this, the excuse that they gave to change the law here and make this non-mandatory is that they were worried about like photographs of crime victims being released publicly, protecting crime victims. That was the pretext for this, but we know and we can see now in the pudding that the real reason was to protect law enforcement with secrecy, and that's what they've been doing for a long time here in West Virginia. In no way does their action here in withholding this report protect any victims of crime. All they're doing is protecting themselves and perhaps their friends. They're protecting themselves from a documented, already public, constitutional violation by one of their police officers against a member of the public. And they do imply, at least, or they say that there's an internal administrative investigation ongoing, perhaps internal affairs investigation or what have you.
This guy is on my
Is
fucking
Officer
bumper.
Reyes still
Stack
there?
bumper.
Has he been disciplined? We're not going to know, because even though they are supposedly public servants, they are keeping it from the public. Is it because they're embarrassed? Is it because they're worried about liability? Who knows? Even in what they did show us, it shows a constitutional violation. We see in the video that Officer Reyes claims that he did not arrest James, that even if we had arrested you, we would unarrest you. And they put in the report that they did unarrest him, which implies that they arrested him to begin with. They had no arrest warrant for James. In order to perform a warrantless arrest under the Fourth Amendment, they would have had to have probable cause. They even concede in what we can see that's unredacted in the police report that there was no probable cause to arrest James. They took James into custody with multiple police officers present. They handcuffed him. They perp walked him out of the building. They put him in a police car. They transported him to the police department. They put him in a cold room and interrogated him, ultimately bringing him back later. Whether or not they completed the paperwork or actually charged him at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. At a certain point, they have arrested him, just objectively, whether or not they admit it. There's a U.S. Supreme Court case out there from 1985, United States versus Sharp, that says that at some point, an investigative stop or encounter can transform into a de facto arrest, and that this determination must consider the law enforcement purposes to be served by the stop and the time reasonably needed to effectuate those purposes. That case was just cited by a Second Circuit opinion that came out today, where a police officer yanked a guy out of a car in Connecticut just because he was legally armed with a permit and held him in handcuffs for 30 minutes while he searched his car because the guy was armed, even though it was completely illegal. And that court said that they can't just claim that that was a Terry stop. That was an arrest, whether they admit it or not. And really, it's the same thing here for what they did to James in Virginia Beach. Yet they're covering it up. This is what a cover-up looks like. I mean, they literally are covering up with black, it's not marker, but basically black marker. Those of you who are residents of Virginia who have elected representatives who are supposed to be representing your interests in Richmond, you may want to contact them about this, because they duped you, or they were duped, that this was to protect crime victims. And now look, it's being used, at least by the Virginia Beach police, to cover up their own misconduct from the public whom they are supposed to serve. So contact your politicians if you're in Virginia and point out what they're doing. Keep the pressure on the Virginia Beach police, because they cannot be allowed to get away with this. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe both here and at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com.
Person still has their fucking turning signal on from pulling in.
Been unsubscribed because I'm hearing more and more.
Ohio
that's
plates?
happening to people. Remember, our rights don't end where your fear begins. Freedom is scary. Deal with it.
This is interesting. This is someone that probably could have met me in Toledo. All right, y'all. I'll go live again down there and we'll listen to the Monroe County dispatch. Later. Peace. Love you.